Seedance 2.5 has just launched and it's quickly becoming one of the most interesting new AI video models to test. It brings stronger visual quality, more cinematic motion, better consistency, and improved control when generating professional AI video. But there's another important part of this launch. RunningHub AI is currently offering access to Seedance 2.5 through its $100 million subsidy campaign, bringing member pricing down to just $0.036 per second. So today, instead of testing Seedance 2.5 with a few random prompts, I want to see what happens when I use it as part of a complete professional video production workflow. Have you ever noticed that creating professional AI videos usually means jumping between multiple websites? One platform gives you access to the newest video model, another one generates images, another helps organize prompts, and somewhere else you finally edit everything together. Even though AI models keep improving, the production workflow often becomes more complicated. That's exactly what I wanted to test today. Instead of trying another single AI model, I wanted to see whether one creative workspace could actually handle an entire production pipeline from start to finish. Today I'm testing RunningHub AI. Rather than being another video generator, RunningHub is designed as an all-in-one AI creative studio that combines thousands of AI models, cloud-based AI agents, and an infinite canvas called RHTV inside one workspace. And because Seedance 2.5 is now available directly inside RunningHub, I can test the new model as part of an actual production workflow rather than treating it like a standalone generator. Rather than starting with prompts immediately, I first open RHTV, which is essentially the creative workspace where the entire production happens. Instead of working inside a simple chat window, I have a visual canvas where every asset, prompt, generated video, reference image, and editing step stays connected. That may sound like a small difference, but anyone who creates AI content regularly knows how quickly projects become difficult to manage once dozens of files start piling up across different folders. For this test, I decided to create a luxury smartwatch commercial. My goal is to produce something that looks like a real premium advertisement rather than a collection of random AI clips. I begin by describing the overall concept, then place product reference images directly onto the canvas. Instead of uploading assets into separate tools, everything immediately becomes part of the same creative workspace where it can be reused throughout the project. Next, I start building the storyboard. I ask the AI to generate several scenes showing the product from different cinematic angles. One scene focuses on an elegant close-up of the watch. Another shows an athlete wearing it during training, while another presents premium lifestyle shots inside a modern apartment. Since every new generation stays connected to the previous references, the visual consistency is much stronger than restarting from a blank prompt every single time. One feature I really like is that every generated asset becomes reusable. If I decide that one particular product image has the perfect lighting, I don't need to upload it again later. I simply reference it directly on the canvas and use it as the foundation for the next generation. That keeps the creative direction consistent while eliminating a huge amount of repetitive work. RunningHub also includes AI agents that can speed up the creative process even further. If you don't already have a complete production plan, the agents can help generate ideas, improve prompts, organize your workflow, and prepare assets before the actual video generation even begins. Instead of spending time figuring out every small step manually, I can focus much more on the creative direction while the platform helps organize everything else. Now it's time to generate the actual videos using Seedance 2.5 directly inside RunningHub. This is the part I was most interested in because visual quality ultimately determines whether a commercial feels professional or obviously AI generated. I generate several versions of each scene, comparing different camera movements, lighting, and compositions before selecting the strongest results. Since everything remains connected inside the same canvas, replacing one shot or generating an improved variation only takes a few seconds instead of rebuilding the entire project from scratch. Once the main scenes are finished, I begin refining them using the tools available directly on the canvas. I adjust the framing to create more cinematic camera angles, experiment with different lighting directions to give the product a more premium appearance, and fine-tune several shots until they match the visual style I'm aiming for. If one result isn't exactly what I want, I simply generate another version and compare it with the previous one without losing any earlier work. Having every version organized in one place makes the creative process much easier than searching through dozens of exported files. Another capability I found surprisingly useful is the ability to analyze existing images and convert them back into detailed prompts. Instead of trying to describe a complex visual style manually, RunningHub can reverse parse an image and extract the prompt behind it. That becomes an excellent starting point for generating new content with a similar artistic direction, while still allowing me to modify individual details. It's a simple feature, but it saves a huge amount of trial and error when building a consistent visual identity across multiple scenes. Because everything exists inside the same infinite canvas, I can also organize the project visually. Related scenes can be grouped together, references remain connected to the outputs they created, and every generated asset stays available for future iterations. Instead of wondering which prompt produced which video, the entire creative process is documented directly on the canvas. As projects become larger, that organization becomes incredibly valuable because nothing gets lost halfway through production. Finally, it's time to render the finished commercial. Watching the complete sequence playback, what impressed me most wasn't only the visual quality, but how smooth the entire workflow felt. I never had to jump between separate AI websites, manually reconnect assets, or constantly copy prompts from one application into another. The idea, references, storyboard, generation, revisions, and final export all happened inside one connected workspace, making the entire production process feel much closer to a professional creative pipeline than a collection of disconnected AI tools. After spending time with RunningHub AI, I think its biggest advantage isn't simply providing access to Sedance 2.5, it's bringing the entire production workflow into one place. Between RHTV, AI agents, thousands of AI models, and cloud-based generation, the platform removes much of the friction that usually comes with AI content creation. And with the $100 million Seedance 2.5 subsidy campaign bringing member pricing down to just $0.036 per second, this launch makes it much easier to experiment with the new model as part of larger creative projects. If you've been looking for a faster way to build professional AI videos without constantly switching between different tools, RunningHub AI is definitely worth checking out.